Thank you, gentlemen. 2-0 for Liquid. Now you're both wrong.
Yep.
You didn't even make a prediction.
I know I didn't. That's the beauty of being the host.
I know.
You don't have to make a prediction.
What's your prediction for this series? We'll get you in. You can even, after the first.
Now I get to get in?
Yeah, go ahead.
3-0 for Team Liquid.
Oh, wow. What a prophet. This guy is amazing.
I can still be wrong.
Yeah.
Right? So who
Yeah,
knows?
of course.
Anyway, okay. I want to talk about Phoenix. And Kobe was hitting on Phoenix there right at the end because, we've talked about Piglet being a big carry there and Quas with the outplay in the top lane playing solidly. And Zyrene, I know you're a big fan of Phoenix and the way he stepped up here in playoffs and what he does for his team.
Yeah, it's not just the in-game stuff. It's champion select too. They're throwing 2 bans at him already, and he has more in the champion pool. He picks things up so quickly, and he's so good at them right off the bat. And this is an old champion of his that he was playing. I mean, his name's Phoenix, for crying out loud. He's going to play the Azir. He's going to play the Bird champion. Like, he loves that champion. And the fact that he's having such great team fight play in choke points with the Azir ultimate is just beautiful to watch. So he is somebody that I'm focused on in this game and have been this entire set because up against High, he's 70 CS up in the late game. He's dodging these ganks, deflecting it, and causing pressure. So Phoenix is a huge point of strength here. He got player of the series in the CLG match too.
Yeah.
So he is somebody that you cannot leave unchecked.
Oh, no, I absolutely agree with you here. And you talked about it at the very, very, very beginning of the series, the beginning of the day. Like Phoenix versus High is a really important match because Phoenix is on point right now. He's probably going to win. And they give Phoenix a carry mid laner, something he can crush team fights with. And what's amazing to me here is, first of all, he's in the playoffs, facing the second-seeded team in North America, right? Pressure is on. And Azir is worse than he was back when Phoenix was playing him back in the day, and yet his old Azir scoreline is like, 5-3-13, okay, 6-7-4, kind of bad. And here he's running a 19 KDA Azir game. Like, here, what more evidence do you need that Phoenix is showing up so hard in the playoffs? And it's been really fun to watch him play.
Yeah, Zion, we talk about the depth of his champion pool. In Azir, the Vladimir and the Urgot were banned out both games by C9. A possible Azir ban coming through here because I don't think you want to deal with what you just had to go through. What is the advantage of having a player like Phoenix on your team that can stretch the champion pool so much that he's allowing you to get the champions you want on your other laners?
Well, I just feel like Phoenix is getting exactly what he wants to play. He's getting his best champions. I feel like Azir is probably like one of, if not his best champion. And I feel like Team Liquid just got like the way better like draft in terms of team comp. Like they have Lissandra coming in, they have Sejuani coming in, they have Nautilus like coming in and Maokai, and they can just kite back on Nunu ulti, on Azir like Emperor's Divide, and they have the Sivir ulti for all the movement speed, and they can just focus these people coming in. You see them spending like 10 seconds killing like Alistar and the other like tanks, and they just can't even do anything in these team fights.
Yeah, I want to jump over to Cloud9.
Yeah.
With basically, what can they do here now, right? Cloud9 is not used to being in this position. When we talk about Cloud9 and their dominance in the North American LCS, they're walking into the semifinals of the spring playoffs down 0-2 in a best-of-5 series. They've never really been here before. So as we see on your screen right now, they're strategizing, but Freak, what's going through their heads right now?
So to me, if I'm their coach, like, one thing I want to point out is C9 are still playing the overall game pretty well. The rotations are on point. They're getting out of the laning phase more or less close to equal. Like if one lane wins, the other lane's losing. And so it's fine. More or less, it's fine. The problem is I feel like they're getting out-comped every single time. Game 1, full AD, team against double tank. Well, guess what? You hit 25 minutes, you lose the game. And unsurprisingly, it happened. Game 2, they run a single damage threat, right? And like, okay, look, Lucian's cool and all, but Azir outranges you. Sivir has the same range as you. Like, you're not going to get any free hits on here. And you can't burst a double tank team down in the first place. I want to see Cloud9 run another threat somewhere. And it's so smart that Team Liquid comes in and bans Nidalee, the carry jungler, Kennen, the carry top laner, Rumble, the carry top laner. Balls is now playing on tanks, he's a non-threat. Media's playing on tanks, he's a non-threat. Oh, look, it's just sneaky. Surprise, you're not winning team fights anymore.
Yeah. Does that mean they go for, then, the Zed that has been left unbanned so far? Because when you mention how many carries are left for them, Balls only has so many that are left available.
No, that's the thing about this, though. This is what's so even more smart about Team Liquid is they put the priority on Lissandra. They don't ban the Zed. They say, hey, if you pick Zed, we pick Liss. That's a pretty much a free matchup that you can never kill her. She can split push against you. And so High falls in the trap saying, oh, they're taking Liss. I'll take the Liss. And he's like, great, good job taking Lissandra, buddy. Right? And gets to go push him around. Like, I want to be able to see Team Liquid, or sorry, C9 wait till the last pick, get an advantageous mid matchup that High can actually do something on because he's not able to roam. He's not making plays, even though he's like, Lissandra, she's the point and click stun queen. and isn't making plays.
Yeah, I think this is going to be all about C9 and how they adapt with this pressure and the fact that they're this far in the series, because this is the evolution of the series that we're going to see in this Game 3, because all their prep pretty much has to be thrown out the window because it's not working for them.
Yeah.
And this is a different Team Liquid, when we talked about it previously, that we've seen during the regular season. You're prepping for a completely different team, so they have to use that time very wisely to come up with a strategy to shut down Piglet and not let Phoenix run away with the game.
Zion, at this point, down 0-2, you have so many things swirling through your brain as a player about what's going wrong, what needs to change. How do you, as an individual, parse for yourself where you need to make adjustments, as opposed to just kind of attacking everyone's play on the team as like everything's going wrong and not having really a direction?
Well, I mean, if you just look at like the jungle matchups and how they're putting the pressure, I think ideally you don't want Dom on Nunu. You get like Meteos on Nunu. You get Meteos on those early game pressures where he can make the moves. And you get Dom on Sejuani, so he's farming in the jungle where Meteos can make the plays. And I don't think he should be looking for the plays top because they're putting balls on tanks every game. If you want to put them... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I like this point because we've been talking about carries for Cloud9. We've actually been ignoring the jungle as a place where they can carry from. Granted, the Nidalee has been banned, but Meteos as a player usually is so commanding, and I don't feel like he really has had that presence so far. So I kind of like the idea that maybe they put him on Nunu or somebody else. I mean, Vi, you know, go back to the Vi and build the brutalizer early and go ham.
Yeah, or like play Juggernaut or something, right? Like find something else for, you know, if they want to play just as sneaky the threat. There's comps that are built around that, and that comp is called Pick Kog'Maw. So, you know, there's a thought here that there's even other adaptations where if they do want to play Maokai every single game. I think back to game 1, they grabbed Hecarim early on. Hecarim had the chance to impact the game. Like, that comp was fine if they had a magic damage mid laner. Like, if, you know, round 2 for Team Cloud9, they had just grabbed the Lissandra when it was still on the table instead of grabbing a jungler when, like, Sedge was already picked. Like, then there's magic damage, and suddenly the comp's going to work again. And you probably don't pick Draven in this case, but, like, the first pick Hecarim might still come out, and then, okay, look, you have a damage threat in the top lane. There's so many things that C9 can do. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot at some phase during pick and ban.
It's going to be a little risky, too, if they do go for the Juggernaut, because they'll have to leave the Lulu unbanned. They'll first pick it. It's a dead giveaway. And then Team Liquid, they play it themselves, so they know what you play against it to kind of counter it, because they've had flaws in their own.
I think you can play that without picking Lulu, though. Like, Hai can play Orianna. You can still go for, like, a Nami support. You can still go for a Nunu jungle. Like, there's still the pieces there that you can make, maybe not, like, the strictly optimal Juggernaut composition, but we've even seen, like, double tank plus Kog'Maw. There's actually some really good comps. GE Tigers ran one last night.
It's a little different than Juggernaut. It's a protect the Kog'Maw at that point. Yeah.
Either way, like, if you're relying on Sneaky for all your damage, how about give them a better damage dealer, protect them?
Yeah, I mean, even the Maokai top lane, right, has some sort of appeal for a Juggernaut.
And that's fine for Kog'Maw.
Yeah, I want to jump back over to you, Zion, because you just recently played Team Liquid in their new state of awesomeness, right, and power and potential. What would you poke at as a hole in their team, as either strategically or mechanically, that you think Cloud9 might be able to exploit in order to get back into the series?
Like I said before, it's just Meteos shouldn't be on that passive farming Sejuani jungle when they have all that pressure going on bottom lane. Bottom lane, you see them constantly fighting. And then mid lane, you can't have Hai in the matchup where he's getting bullied. Azir versus Lissandra, that's brutal. Get Hai in a matchup where he has pressure. Get bottom lane in a volatile matchup, that's fine. Keep top lane safe because they're not really getting much done top, so that Meteos can be on that early game jungler. There's a reason Nidalee is always banned against him. He makes those plays on Nidalee. He carries because he just has so much pressure. And when he's on Sejuani, he can't do that. Put him on even Nunu, he can pressure. So if they just do that, then I think they'll be able to win this game.
Would you put him on a fighter jungle like a Vi or a Rek'Sai or a Lee Sin? Is that worth the risk?
I definitely think so. I think that they can pressure and snowball from the early game. I don't think Team Liquid plays that well from behind. They've been doing great getting these early leads, and Dom has just been working well pressuring bottom side and getting Piglet ahead. And then Phoenix did great the previous game, but I think if Meteos gets the early game jungler and he gets the pressure, then they can get something going.
Well, I definitely think Cloud9 might have to make some drastic changes in Champ Select, as Team Liquid has had it on lock so far through this series. Team Liquid are one game away from securing their spot in the finals. We'll see if they can get it done with our third game against Cloud9. Stay with us.
We have to act like someone just died. It's just a game.
Funeral.
You win some, you lose some. Let's start winning some.
Cut him down. Start producing a little bit.
Wait a minute! Oh my god, he leveled as the minions were dying! They're still going. Now an sneaky. Quas is gigantic right now with Piglet still on the back line.
Cloud9, they're still going on the fight now. Lemonation's gonna go down, a triple kill. That's the Blood Boil Azir coming through, baby, and they're gonna hit it. The rest of the team has to follow for this to work, but again, Emperor's Divide is keeping all of Cloud9 from getting to Team Liquid. They move it to match point in a best-of-5 series against Cloud9. Team Liquid move on to Game 3, 2-up.